Hi friends, today I'm going to walk through lesson 2.3 with you, reteaching how to make picture graphs. Alright, so we are going to get started. So the title of this lesson says make picture graphs. Let's read it together. Use the data in this table to make a picture graph. So we look over here, let's read through the data first. We have the number of ball caps sold. So over here we have the basketball game, and we have the amount of caps sold at each game. So we have the Falcons and the Mustangs. That game, 20 caps were sold. Then we have the Sharks and the Bulldogs. That day, 30 caps were sold. This day we have the Hawks and the Comets. This day, 5 caps were sold. And at the Rams and the Cardinals game, 15 caps were sold. So now that we've read through the data, let's talk through the steps. Step 1, write the title. So over here, we have the title already here for us. Number of ball caps sold. So you're going to go ahead and write over this with your pencil. So that one's already done on my page. Step 2 says write the names of the games. So over here, we have the names of all the games, right? So on your picture graph, you're going to trace over here where it has the names of each game. All right? So once you do that, then step 3 says decide what number each picture will represent. You can count by 5s to find the number of caps sold. So let each, they drew a little picture of a cap, represent 5 caps. All right, so down here, we're going to trace our little shape of our cap. Miss Miller's doing this on her computer, so it's a little tricky. And then we're going to trace over here where it says 5 caps. Now, we know that we can count by 5s every time we count a cap. So this one, the Falcons and the Mustangs, we count 5, 10, 15, 20. Does that match the number of caps sold up here? Yep. So we double checked our work and we know that whoever did this to start was right. Step 4 says draw 1 cap for every 5 caps sold during each game. That's sort of tricky and confusing, but what it's saying is that each cap we draw represents the number 5. There were 20 caps sold during the Falcons and the Mustangs game. So you're going to count to 20 by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20. So 4 caps should be drawn. Did they draw 4? Yep. So now we need to draw the caps for the rest of the games. So here, our next game is the Sharks and Bulldogs. And we have to get to this magic number 30. So let's count by 5s first to see how many caps we need to draw. So don't do anything yet, just count with me. Ready? Let me hear you all the way from the other side of the computer. Ready? 5, 10, 15, 20. Should I stop yet? No. 25, 30. So did we count to 30 by 5s? Let's count again to make sure. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So how many caps are you going to draw? I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. So I'm going to draw 6 caps. Well, I'm going to do my best trying to use my computer. So there's 2. Here we have 3. Here we have 4. Here we have 5. And here we have 6. All right. Now let's look at the Hawks and the Comets. I see the magic number 5 here. So if we know that each cap represents 5 caps, and we only need to get to the number 5, that tells me that I'm just going to draw 1 cap, right? Because that represents, let's count by 5s, 5. Good. Now the last one, the Rams and the Cardinals. I notice up here we need to get to the magic number 15. So let's count by fives and see how we can get to the magic number 15. Ready? Just like we did up here. Don't do anything yet. Count with me. 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, Miss Miller, why did you go one extra? We know that we only need 15, so I only need to draw 3. Let's count again to check our work. 5, 10, 15. All right, so that tells me I just need to draw my 3 little crazy looking caps here. All right, so we have made our picture graph. Awesome job, friends. All right, now I'm going to scroll down here. Remember, you can pause the video at any time to fill in some answers. Down here for our questions, it says use your picture graph above for questions 1 through 3. During which game were the most caps sold? So you're going to look at the numbers of caps that you drew up here and figure out during which game had the most. So we had 4 caps up here. I'm just going to draw some circles to fill in our answers here. So we had 30 for this one. So we had 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We only had 1 cap here because we only had 5. And here we had 5, 10, 15. So we had 15 caps there. Which game did we sell the most caps? I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 caps here. In this one we have 4. In this one we drew 1. And then this one we drew 3. So the one that we drew the most was the Sharks and the Bulldogs game. So you would write the full word Sharks and the full word Bulldogs. Miss Miller is just putting S and B because I'm writing it on my computer. And we know I'm not very good at drawing caps, so I'm not going to try and write the words. Now let's go to question 2. How many pictures would you draw if 45 ball caps were sold in a game? So we know that we're trying to find how many pictures we would draw, and we're trying to get to this magic number 45. So take a minute and think to yourself, I need to get to the number 45. What am I going to do? Well, just like we did up here. For this one, we needed to get to the number 30, so we counted by fives and drew dots until we got to 30. Let's do that same thing for 45. So don't do anything yet and just count with me. Let's count by fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Did I reach our magic number? Yes, I did. So we need to count now the number of dots that we drew. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So how many pictures would we draw if there were 45 caps sold in a game? We would draw 9. And when we answer a word problem, can we just write the number? Nope. So you need to write 9 pictures. This is why Miss Miller doesn't write on her computer, because it's super messy. But I'm just going to try my best to write 9 pictures. All right? And question 3. During which 2 games, oh, this is a tricky one. During which 2 games were a total, we know that total means addition, number of 25 caps sold. So we need to say which 2 games we can get to the number 25. Well, I know based on my data table that there were 20 hats sold here and 5 caps sold here. And I know that 20 plus 5 equals what? Let's add it together and see if we can add those two. 20 plus 5. Remember, we need to stack them up by place value. So we add 0 plus 5. Let's add 0 plus 5 on our hands. Start with 0. Now let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0 plus 5 equals 5. And here we're adding an imaginary 0. So 2 plus 0 equals 2. So the two games that we sold a total of 25 caps were the Falcons and the Mustangs and the Hawks versus the Comets. So you're going to write those two games on this line. Awesome job on your extra practice today. I will see you next time.